Vietnam is famous for its crazy traffic. On arriving here, many people find it quite terrifying and even find it hard just to cross the road. So I thought I would put together this video which shows a few examples from my archives of traffic pre-COVID and often shot during the rush hours on maybe the major arterial roads. After being here for several years, you start to realize that there is actually a method within the madness and things are a little safer than they actually look. People are constantly looking out for each other and never driving very fast. So even though it appears there are no rules and it's just a free-for-all, there are in fact some rules of etiquette and people follow them quite strictly. It is said by expats that the first rule in the Vietnamese road code is never look behind you. It's kind of a joke, but there's also a certain amount of truth in that. People are constantly looking ahead to see what's coming, and you'd be surprised how many people don't have mirrors on their motorbikes. You often also see people riding down the wrong side of the road, or perhaps driving on the pavement, or cutting corners. In fact, cutting corners is the correct way of taking a corner in Vietnam. It means that you can get in ahead of the other traffic coming in the other direction. In New Zealand, they have that rule to merge like a zip. The same applies here, but it is often meaning merging with traffic that is coming in the other direction rather than travelling in the same direction as you. You'll often see Vietnamese women riding side saddle also, which is unusual the first time you see it. It's hard to figure out how they do it and maintain balance, but they do. And in fact, Nyung does it with me sometimes, and I've not really noticed until I look behind me. Here you can see quite a lot of people riding down the sidewalk, which is really very common in rush hour traffic. The sidewalk kind of becomes another part of the road, really. One of the reasons I put this video together was that after my last video, which showed a ride from Hoan Kiem to Phung Mai on bicycles, I had a few relatives from New Zealand expressing a little concern about the children in the traffic. I just want to reassure you that the traffic we saw then was just nothing by Vietnamese standards. It was really very, very quiet. And just a little tip, if Vietnam happens to win any major football game, don't choose that time to try and drive anywhere. It'll be like this everywhere in Vietnam on all the streets of all the cities.